you very much, and thanks, Venky, for this opportunity. And a lot has been talked about. So, although I have a bunch of slides, but I'm going to really get into what's coming and how this whole telesurgery will benefit, I think, the society and the patients. So, when you look at the whole robotic market today, more than 11,000 systems are there, but they still remain very economy specific in many of the countries. Most countries do not actually have easy access, as has been talked about. And the biggest reason is the cost and the learning curve, and they are both intertwined. So when we get into telesurgery, I think there are three components that are needed. One, of course, you need a system, you need telecommunication system, and of course the whole IT management becomes very, very crucial. It is really how we will extend this health care to the masses. And I think it will be only through technology we will be able to help the masses. And this is where the whole tele-presence becomes very, very important. Because as we know, many countries, when we start out with India, almost 60-65% population is in the rural and the smaller communities. And similar thing actually exists everywhere in majority of the world today. Even if you take United States, with the most developed economy, etc., there is only 35% penetration of robotic systems. And that means even from smaller communities, patients have to go and travel to the larger cities and universities, etc., to get the care. So what it does, it translates into limited access. And of course, it's not easy for the families to get up, pack up and go somewhere else, not knowing how long they will stay and all the inconveniences that come going to a different city. So I think this is where it will have a huge advantage and benefit when applied appropriately. So it will expand patients' reach. It is great for training new programs and establishing new programs between the combination of tele-proctoring and telesurgery. It's like having an attending in the room. So patients don't have to travel. Economically, it is great for these hospitals to retain the revenues, and it's great for the patients and the families. Also, it will help retain the top surgeons, because that is one of the things that, what am I going to do when I finish this? And ultimately, we can help optimize specialist resources. Again, there are not many people like Venky or many others who are in the room to be able to extend the expertise. So I think through this tele-presence and telesurgery, we can actually make that available to many patients that will benefit from it.
Our goal, right from the beginning, was to continuously improve, to deploy our advanced, cost-effective surgical robotic system while maintaining affordability and accessibility so that ultimately more patients would benefit, not only in India, but globally. As you can see, that we wanted to create something new, and we didn't want to copy our predecessor that's been around for 2.5, 3 decades, and we certainly didn't want to import the system into the country and say that we developed it. We wanted to build it right from the ground up. So with that, it's a very humbling process. These projects are not easy by any means, and with our homegrown team of engineers. So this is something that we've done in-house 100%, and we're very proud of what we've done. And considering where we are today, and this slides that I'll subsequently share with you, I think you'll see that the future is bright and the future is very exciting for SS Innovations as we move forward.
And I think with more networks coming in, we should be able to achieve better infrastructure. Expertise, again, is constant. High volume centers, and rural India and in the rural world will need access to this special surgery. And I think telesurgery can be the bridge to this gap. Thank you so much.
With that moves into my third section.